The highly anticipated Arbitrum airdrop finally landed today. Welcome back to Bearman Crypto, where we talk all things crypto. Arbitrum, we've been following this for such a long time. Everyone's been anticipating this airdrop, and it finally happened today. There was so much hype around this, and if you were lucky to get the airdrop, congratulations. I hope you're still holding your airdrop. I wasn't lucky enough to get the airdrop. I thought I'd qualified, but unfortunately not. But I am definitely getting involved in with Arbitrum and trying to see if I can make some quick gains in the short term. Long term, I'll definitely be accumulating Arbitrum, which I'll hold until the next bull run. And in this specific video, I just want to show you my strategy and how I'm basically approaching this. So you can see here just on CoinGecko at the moment, Arbitrum at the time of this recording is at $1.43. It's ranked number 36, and in terms of circulating supply, there's 1.275 billion, but obviously this is the entirety of the airdrop, but not all of it is actually circulating, and I'm going to show you a few analytics around specifically how the airdrop has played out. There's a total max supply of 10 billion. You can see here the chart looks a bit crazy. Obviously this is when there wasn't really any liquidity in the market, and you can see the price was at $8, so it's obviously doesn't really count because there wasn't any actual circulating tokens at the time. So safe to say you can probably ignore that. I would say that's not a realistic price for the token. But just in terms of the analytics on, in terms of the overall distribution of the tokens, you can see here there is roughly 43% saved for the DAO treasury. So some people have been speculating that this 42% is actually going to be distributed to early adopters. So this is other protocols that have been building and using Arbitrum. So they will be potentially, some people speculate that these will be airdrops which will go via other protocols. So it's worthwhile, if there's any specific protocols that you know that are building on Arbitrum, it's worthwhile trying some of those protocols, because I think you will potentially, you never know, you could potentially qualify for a airdrop. You can see here just on DeFi Llama, Arbitrum currently has 253 protocols that have built on it. The total value locked is 2.1 billion, and last 24 hours volume 620 million. And if you just have a look here in terms of other chains, you can see here a lot of these are top 20 chains, and this is basically where Arbitrum currently sits. And as I just showed you on CoinGecko, is actually sat way down below in terms of coin market cap ranking. It's currently sat at number 36, whereas a lot of these, you just even have a look up to about probably the top, I don't know, top 7. You can see all these are top 20 crypto ranked projects. So Arbitrum is obviously stands out as one that obviously is not currently sat up there in terms of ranking. So I think there's definitely some opportunity there. You can see here in terms of TVL, you can see here it's probably fourth. It's currently fourth ranked in terms of TVL. So I think there's a little bit, I think at the moment, given where the market cap is, it's undervalued. So there's some short-term opportunity there while the market adjusts. And just having a look at a few more stats, specifically before I jump into how I'm going to be playing this for Arbitrum, you can see here on June Analytics, currently 65% of the airdrop has been claimed. So you can see here in terms of stats, when the airdrop, when the token first went live, there was huge volumes being claimed, and then now that has started to tail off, and obviously that drove a lot of the price pressure as well. So you can see why the price had basically been tanking from those crazy prices of $8. There was a lack of liquidity, but as people claimed more of their tokens, then more entered circulation, and then the price has now, I would say, is now stabilized at this point in time. You can see here in terms of the distribution amongst the centralized exchanges, Binance have got a huge chunk. KuCoin have got another chunk as well, and I think that's probably OKX, I think, Huobi. But earlier on coin on KuCoin, that was one of the first centralized exchanges to list it. So a lot of the volume was sat there at the time. Binance were originally supposed to list it a lot later, but then brought that time forward a couple of hours, because obviously they could probably see a lot of the hype in the market. And you can see here, I'm just going to quickly show you the distribution of tokens in terms of how many people are holding the tokens. You can see here a big chunk obviously are holding up to 1,250, and then you've got the whales up here. You've got about 4,400 addresses holding more than 10,000 tokens, which is interesting. I wonder how this is going to change over time as more whales start to accumulate Arbitrum, because I think definitely in the long run this is one that you definitely want to be holding. So how I'm playing my Arbitrum strategy, so this is basically what I wanted to just quickly show you. So the example that I've got on here is Uniswap. So Uniswap was one of the big airdrops that happened prior to the last bull run starting. So this was another airdrop that I missed out on, never got the chance to get in on this airdrop. But what I wanted to show you is just interesting in terms of how a lot of these tokens, when they first list, what basically happens. Let me just see if I can move across and get back to when the token first listed. So this is basically essentially what I've been tracking. So this listed back in 2020, I believe, and I'm assuming that the chart for Arbitrum could potentially mimic this, and this is what a lot of people believe, that a lot of these tokens, this is what they mimic when they first get listed. So let's just go, I think we're nearly there. So you can see here, when Uniswap first went live, there was obviously this huge candle here, this green candle, and then obviously the price settled down and closed close to about that's about $3, and then the few days to follow, it then obviously, as the liquidity settled in the market, it then pumped up and wicked up to about $8.60. So this is kind of where, when I think about Arbitrum and where it's at the moment, it's got a very similar setup in terms of candle, where we've had this huge wick and then it's come down, and then now I anticipate in the next few days it will probably the price will now start to settle. There'll be less selling pressure, and this is likely then start to pump again. And if it was to perform similar to the way that Uniswap performed when it first listed, I would expect that we could potentially see Arbitrum pump up. It could pump up to about $3 in the short term. So my strategy is, I've been buying over the last 4 hours and will continue to do so in small chunks over the next 6 to 8 hours, and then wait to see where the market lands. I would hope that this could pump up to about $2.50, at which point I'll sell half my original tokens which I've purchased, and then hold the rest into the next bull run. And then obviously if the token dips along the way, I will be looking to dollar cost average in if there's more opportunity. But I think this is just something to bear in mind with Arbitrum. This has been a highly anticipated airdrop. So, and you can see, based on what I've just shown you in terms of total value locked, there's plenty of opportunity, a lot of gas in the tank with this Arbitrum airdrop, and there's going to be a lot of price action that is going to be positive in my opinion, and it's definitely worthwhile keeping an eye on this. But that's all I wanted to share with you, my thoughts on Arbitrum. I hope you enjoyed that content. Again, of course, it's not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own further research before investing any of your money. And I will see you in my next video.